What's going on, guys? Skogie here, back again with more TKC. This is the finale of the Winter Series 2023-2024. Obviously, I did not make it into A main. You can tell by the title, I think this was actually C main. I didn't do very great, but I was starting second. The top finisher gets to LCQ. I spun out right here. I want to explain real quick. The first two karts, me and the guy in front of me, both were on cold tires. Our kart sat while the other karts all went out to do the D main. So me and first place had cold tires. I was trying to make sure I got them as warmed up as possible. I was very thankful they let me get my spot back. But then, as we're coming to the green flag here, we're not supposed to go yet. Third place jumps the start, hits me in the side, comes all the way up alongside, and that shoves me out. And because this track is narrow, everybody's really aggressive right now. Obviously, it's the very start of the race. But I'm put in this very uncomfortable position where I just can't get back in line. It shows me all the way from second. Right now, I'm in fourth. I get hit from behind again and lose 3 more spots in that corner because he hit me so hard. And then I get crossed over again because I had a bad entry and lose another spot, falling into effectively last place by the straight, which was just very, very frustrating and stupid. I'm waving my arms trying to get attention of officials because honestly, I wanted them to do a reset. I didn't think it was fair that I could get knocked out like that. But then, when I looked back around, there was a cart sitting on the barrier there. I am still not entirely sure what happened. Somebody was upset after that happened, and they figured it out. He left, didn't race the rest of the day as far as I know. And I pulled over to the side here because I really wasn't concerned about that. I was much more worried about myself. Knowing that I needed to win this race to get the last chance qualifier into B main and get a couple more points, I wanted to make sure that I had a good shot at it. I wasn't going to settle and just get myself knocked out of C main right away. I wanted to try to argue and get my spot back, so I waited out of line here to make sure that somebody noticed me and somebody paid attention to me. And luckily, I got the attention of our camera guy, whose name is escaping me right now, which I feel bad about because I know I've learned his name throughout the series, but I'm so terrible with names, I totally forgot. But yeah, I'm trying to wave my arms, get somebody's attention, because I want my spot back. I wasn't happy with that. I want to try to get some points on the day. I don't think there's really any chance the last chance qualifier is going to come from last to first in their heat, no matter how good they are. But I really want my fair shot, so I'm still waving my arms trying to get somebody's attention. But you can hear in my voice how much adrenaline is going through my body. Obviously, I'm upset, but I'm really worked up, even though I'm trying to be respectful.
What's up?
How'd you drop all the way back?
I got knocked out on the pace lap before the green's up.
Him?
By P2, full tilt, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Do I get my spot back? I got knocked out on the pace lap.
On the what?
The pace lap, before we went
pace
green.
lap?
Yeah, before we went green, I got knocked out of the way.
Yeah, you started second,
Yeah.
and then you started falling back, right?
I got pushed
Yeah, so
into turn 1 before the green
boxed
hit.
him out.
One at a time.
He took the start, boxed him out, and he had nowhere to go, and then he was in the back by the time he hit the wall.
So I was out of line. That's why I fell so far back, because I got knocked all the way out of line.
Why would you do that? You didn't put him third. You didn't do a full restart of line two.
All right, do a full restart. Go to second.
Second.
So, obviously, I was happy to get my spot back, but that is a very, very tough thing to go through going into this race. I've been completely knocked out of the way, and along with that, I spun out on my own before the race started. Everything has gone wrong so far. I can tell that the other people in the race aren't very happy, so this race did end up getting shortened because it was just a little bit of a shit show, honestly. I'm not sure what the official reasoning was, but the race was a little bit shorter than scheduled, and because of everything going on here, I mean, it does make sense. It was kind of a crazy race. There was a lot of crashing and other stuff going on, but I was still really rattled going into the restart. We're going green pretty much right now. I didn't get a great start because, I mean, we're starting basically from stopped, which was kind of unprecedented. I don't think I've ever seen a standing single file start like that, but that's what we did. And when you race go-karts, you got to be able to adapt, because sometimes these things happen where we're not really sure what's supposed to happen or what's going to happen, and we just got to get going. So go. It's like, all right, cool. Unfortunately, he started gapping me pretty much right away. I held pretty well there through this first hairpin, but after that, it just felt like he was pulling away from me the entire time. And with the pressure coming from behind me, I don't know if you can totally tell from the camera, but I'm definitely getting some bumps from behind towards the exit of corners, sometimes in entry, but normally more towards the end, which usually means that guy's understanding the corner a little bit better if he's getting to you at the end of the corner. He's making a fast exit, so it's a little frustrating to be falling back right away, because I went from, oh shit, I spun out, hopefully this is going to be okay, to, oh god, I got knocked out of the way, what the hell, what's going on? Being really angry, and then having to center myself to go green again. It's a very tough thing to do. It's very mental, obviously, driving go-karts. It's physical too, but it's more mental than it is physical, in my opinion. So it was very, very hard to throw myself back into it. And after a while, I did figure, I think it was right here, after enough bumps, I let the third place car go through. I figured if anybody has a shot of getting him, it's going to be the next car behind me. I'm pretty sure 2 cars actually went through. Yeah, right there. He gave me another big shot, so I kind of let him through. He tried to... Oh, wait, no, I forgot about this. Yeah, he waved me back by because he gave me a shot, which was nice, but I kind of wish he had just listened to my point and been a little bit more selfish, because I really didn't have anything for him. I knew I didn't have anything for him. Like I said, I was rattled. I was making mistakes. I really just wanted to get it over with, so I pointed him back by. I felt bad for holding him up like that after everything that happened, but I really didn't want to deal with, making somebody angry. And there, this guy gets to my inside too. I don't know how. I guess that was just a really good switchback move, but I wasn't expecting that at all. Tried to get to his inside to set up a switchback on this corner, and I got a pretty good run, but it really wasn't enough. There wasn't really any room to make a move there. But I was a little bit upset because I wanted to give up one spot. I didn't want to give up the second spot because I'm still fighting for points, but I also want to not interrupt the flow of the race, right? Like, if the guy that was in second deserves to be the last chance qualifier and he's got 8 more minutes to chase down first place if I let him by, okay, yeah, I'll let him go. I'll let him try, because I think it was pretty obvious just from the first little bit of racing that it wasn't going to be me who catches him. And fighting for 1 point in C main at the end of the series, when it's really not going to make a difference to me, knowing that pretty much all of my competition made it into A main in this race points wise, I wasn't worried about it. So I wish I could say, like, oh, everything came down to the wire, I was fighting tooth and nail for all the championship points all the way to the end. But once I found out in C main, or once I found out that I wasn't going to win C main after that little restart trouble there that I had with the guy that's in P2 now, it just kind of became obvious I should be a little courteous to the people around me. So yeah, and I don't know if you can tell, you can kind of catch a glimpse, I think, coming into this corner here. The guy in the white helmet has totally taken off from us. He's 15 seconds ahead maybe at this point, like super far ahead. Nobody's gonna catch him at all. So he qualified into first place, easily won first place. He totally deserved it. So anyway, we're still fighting here. This guy in third is now trying to get around the guy that I let by, and now that it's so obvious to me that white helmet is gonna take first place, I'm also like, you know what, I'll try to get my spot back now. Maybe I'll try to get second back. I'll be a little bit more aggressive. I know I let him by, but it was because I was struggling in those corners and I wasn't mentally there. If I can take a little bit of time, lock in, and maybe try to follow this blue fire suit through, then I'll go for it. So that was my plan. I wanted to try to stick to the guy in the blue fire suit as close as I could, because he was really fast. He was definitely trying to make moves on this guy. He couldn't quite get it finished because his kart seemed to pick up a little bit slower than the other guys. He was, like I said, kind of getting at the end of the straightaways. He was getting decent moves, but he finally got to the inside after that hairpin there and shoved him kind of out of the way. I went all the way to the inside here, a little bit of contact, but I think it was clean, and managed to make my way by 2. That was super fun. The crowd was cheering for the guy who passed me there in front of me. I thought it was for me for a second, but I realized I only had 2 people there who probably weren't going to be cheering at that point. So it was okay. I locked back in. I was pretty happy in 3rd place. Obviously, that wasn't the best place. I would have liked to get my position back, but this guy in the blue, as soon as he wasn't being held up anymore, also kind of took off from me. So I figured this was where I was going to finish, and it pretty much was. I ended up finishing 4th in the championship. There will be a little bit of footage after the actual karting. I'm not going to commentate any of it. It'll just be some raw footage of what was going on. But yeah, Ben Braley got the podium, Anthony Saccone in 2nd place, and Nathan Lavender. Shoot, I always say his name wrong. I know that's like a joke, but that's so bad. In 3rd, I came up 4th, Abel Engler in 5th, Alex Smith in 6th, Dylan Benson in 7th for the last of the... Actually, Dylan Benson didn't even do 5 races and still was right there on points. And there are a couple of guys there who had 3 or 4 starts who weren't really going to be eligible to win the entire series without doing at least 5, because there is 1 drop week, which obviously my drop was that first race that there was no content of in Delaware. But yeah, I had a super fun time in the Touring Kart Championship. Obviously not every race went great, but that happens. That's go-karting, so you got to kind of expect that. But it was overall a great experience, and I can't wait to run more races with these guys, because it's some of the best karting that's available, especially at different tracks. Being able to go to a bunch of different tracks with the same group of guys is really, really cool and really, really fun. If you want to jump into these, check out the Touring Kart Championship website, everything else, their Instagram. They're awesome, and I super appreciate Alec and Mateo and all the guys who helped put it on. It was super, super fun. Congratulations again to Ben Braley for winning the championship for, I think it's 3rd time, they said. Absolutely nuts. Absolutely crazy. But yeah, I love you all. I'll see you guys for some more racing soon. I'm going to be posting the R1 High Speed Championship very, very soon, so keep a lookout for that. Love you all.
All right, and then I think we're at 3 now. With 3 times, with 1 thing to win once, another thing to win 2, but once you get to 3, you're in elite company. This driver will not miss a race. I don't care if it's 8,000 miles away, he will still find his way there, and he will still find his way to the front. Your overall series champion, Ben Braley!
Yeah, Ben.
I throw it up high in the sky for a good picture, guys. I promise you it'll be all over Instagram.